Welcome to our Hong Kong brief. I'm your host, Ginny. Today, we're diving into the dramatic approach of Super Typhoon Ragasa, one of the strongest storms in recent years. As it nears southern China and the Philippines, authorities are taking no chances, canceling flights, closing schools, and issuing storm warnings to keep everyone safe. The storm has already caused tragedy in the Philippines, with fatalities and displacements, and now everyone is on high alert for its landfall in Guangdong. Meanwhile, Hong Kong is preparing for the worst with its historic resilience against typhoons. With winds expected to reach over 185 km/h, the city has shut down schools and businesses, and the storm warning level has been raised to Signal 8. Past typhoons like Mangkhut and Hato remind us of the potential devastation, but Hong Kong's proactive measures, sandbag distributions and emergency plans, are in full swing to minimize damage. On a different note, in the fashion world, the iconic French brand Marais plus François Gerbaud is making a surprising comeback. Originally launched in 1972, the brand was famous for pioneering designer denim. After a period of decline, it's now being revitalized by Korean company Layer, which is rebranding and expanding the label across Asia, including Hong Kong. Nostalgia and smart marketing strategies are helping this legendary name regain its place in the global fashion scene. Please continue to watch for more detailed updates. CNN reports that Hong Kong is preparing for the arrival of Super Typhoon Ragasa, one of the most powerful storms this year, with wind speeds reaching up to 220 km/h. The city has already issued a high-level storm warning and is closing schools, businesses, and halting most flights. Over 700 have been disrupted. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation, ready to escalate warnings if necessary, as the storm's water surge could reach up to 5 meters, reminiscent of the destruction caused by Typhoon Hato in 2017 and Mangkhut in 2018. Residents have responded by stockpiling supplies, placing sandbags, and reinforcing their homes, illustrating the region's readiness to withstand the storm's fury. The Toronto Star highlights the devastation Ragasa has wrought in the Philippines, where it has already claimed 3 lives and displaced over 17,500 people. The storm's destructive winds and heavy rains triggered flooding and landslides across northern provinces, with a tragic landslide in Benguet killing a 74-year-old man. The Philippine government has responded by closing schools and government offices in the capital and 29 provinces, while evacuations and suspensions of ferry and flight services are widespread. The storm's impact underscores the region's vulnerability to such powerful natural disasters, with authorities urging preparedness and caution. Nikkei Asia emphasizes that Ragasa, after devastating the Philippines, is now heading towards southern China, threatening densely populated cities like Guangzhou and Shenzhen. With sustained winds of 145 miles per hour, the typhoon is expected to weaken slightly but remains formidable, equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane. Authorities in China have activated emergency measures, including evacuations. Shenzhen plans to relocate 400,000 residents from vulnerable areas. The cities are also preparing for heavy rainfall and storm surges, with thousands of flights cancelled and transport services suspended, demonstrating the extensive disruption caused by the storm. South China Morning Post provides a historical perspective, recalling past super typhoons that have struck Hong Kong since 1946. The article details previous storms like Mangkhut, which caused record storm surges and injured hundreds, and Hato, which resulted in fatalities and widespread property damage. These storms prompted the highest storm warning signals and led to significant economic losses. The account underscores the city's ongoing vulnerability and preparedness, as it braces for Ragasa, which could bring similar or greater destruction. The city's history of resilience and response strategies is a testament to its experience with such natural calamities. Deutsche Welle reports that the storm's impact extends beyond the Philippines and Hong Kong, with warnings issued across Southeast Asia. Taiwan has cancelled flights, evacuated residents from mountainous areas, and issued land and sea warnings. Vietnam is monitoring the storm's trajectory, preparing for possible landfall later in the week. The widespread response highlights the regional threat posed by Ragasa, emphasizing the importance of early warnings and preparedness. The storm's trajectory and intensity serve as stark reminders of how climate change is fueling more powerful and unpredictable typhoons, prompting governments to take precautionary measures to protect their populations. The South China Morning Post vividly highlights the looming threat of Super Typhoon Ragasa to Hong Kong's skyline, emphasizing the potential for extensive damage to glass curtain walls and the hefty repair costs that could reach into the millions. Experts warn that the storm's record-breaking wind speeds could cause significant destruction, reminiscent of past typhoons like Mangkhut and Hato, which shattered windows and damaged facades, sometimes taking up to a year to repair. Property management professionals advise proactive measures such as installing safety nets, securing facade gondolas, and ensuring windows are properly locked to mitigate damage, underscoring that preventative actions are far more cost-effective than post-storm repairs. The article underscores the importance of regular inspections and the need for government to consider more frequent facade checks, especially as climate extremes become more common, to safeguard public safety and maintain the integrity of Hong Kong's iconic buildings. SCMP opinion paints a compelling picture of Hong Kong's prudent decision to review its screen time guidelines for children amidst rising concerns about the adverse effects of digital device overuse. The article cites alarming statistics, revealing that a significant percentage of children spend more than 2 hours daily on screens, risking issues like myopia, obesity, and mental health problems such as anxiety and depression. While acknowledging the integral role of digital technology in education and social connection, the opinion emphasizes that strict bans are impractical. Instead, a balanced approach involving updated, flexible guidelines, crafted with expert input, could foster healthier habits. The piece advocates for comprehensive education for children, parents, and teachers on responsible internet use, alongside developing emergency plans for managing digital risks, ensuring that children are protected without sacrificing their digital engagement. Nikkei Asia offers a detailed analysis of the burgeoning REIT market in China, illustrating how government encouragement is transforming the landscape of property investment amid a backdrop of excess inventory and economic restructuring. Since its inception in 2021, China's REIT market has expanded rapidly, with a growing number of listings and a focus on stable income-generating assets such as shopping malls and renewable energy projects. The article draws parallels with Japan's post-bubble era, where REITs became a strategic tool for disposing of bad debt and attracting steady yields. However, concerns linger over conflicts of interest, declining dividend yields, and the challenge of addressing China's vast real estate inventory, which could take years to clear. Despite these hurdles, REITs are positioned as a vital channel for mobilizing funds into distressed sectors, offering a glimpse of how China is leveraging innovative financial instruments to restructure its real estate market and stimulate economic growth. South China Morning Post vividly recounts the remarkable revival of Marais plus François Gerbaud, a legendary French fashion house that first gained fame in the 1980s and 1990s for pioneering designer denim and high-end workwear. After filing for bankruptcy in 2012, the brand lay dormant until 2019, when a South Korean company, Layer, acquired its licensing rights and reimagined the label with a fresh, mass-market appeal targeting young consumers. Layer's strategic rebranding, bolstered by endorsements from Korean celebrities and collaborations with local distributors like Misto Holdings, transformed Gerbaud into a cultural phenomenon across Asia, with new stores opening rapidly in Hong Kong and beyond. Despite its fragmented presence, operating separately in France and Asia, the brand's revitalization demonstrates how nostalgic vintage appeal and savvy Korean marketing can breathe new life into a storied label, making it more influential and visible than ever before. The BBC's coverage of Tudor's latest collection showcases the brand's enduring mastery of the color blue, a signature element that has defined its identity for over half a century. Tudor's recent updates to its Royal and Claire de Rose lines reveal a masterful blend of elegance and rugged sophistication, with striking blue dials that evoke both tradition and innovation. The Royal Collection's new models feature diamonds and a choice of stainless steel or yellow gold, emphasizing Tudor's commitment to luxury and craftsmanship. Meanwhile, the Claire de Rose line, with its delicate blue or opaline dials and diamond accents, continues to celebrate Tudor's legacy of feminine charm. Notably, the new models are adorned with distinctive details like a blue spinel cabochon on the crown, illustrating Tudor's meticulous attention to detail and its ability to reinvent classic designs while maintaining its signature allure. The BBC also explores the recent controversy surrounding the South Korean drama Tempest, which ignited a firestorm of nationalist outrage in China. The series, starring Jung Ji-hyun, included lines and scenes perceived as offensive or misrepresentative of China, such as a character's provocative question about China's preference for war and scenes depicting Chinese cities in a negative light. These portrayals, coupled with accusations of cultural insensitivity, led to a widespread boycott campaign, resulting in luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and La Mer removing Jung Ji-hyun from their advertising campaigns. The incident underscores the complex geopolitical tensions that influence cultural exchanges, as China's unofficial ban on South Korean entertainment persists, fueled by political disputes over missile defense systems and national pride. Despite efforts to restore cultural ties, the controversy highlights how deeply intertwined politics and pop culture have become, with Chinese consumers wielding significant influence through their collective boycotts and brand pressure campaigns. Nikkei Asia reports a concerning surge in non-performing personal loans across Chinese banks, with the first half of the year witnessing a 12.3% increase to 841 billion yuan, $118 billion. Major state-owned banks like ICBC, ABC, and Bank of Communications have experienced over 20% rises in bad retail loans, driven by a shift where creditworthy consumers are reducing leverage, leaving less creditworthy borrowers more active and risky. Despite efforts by the government to stimulate spending through interest subsidy programs, the banks face mounting challenges: declining interest income, record low net interest margins, and deteriorating asset quality. The economic pressures, including a slowdown in household incomes and a sluggish property market, have exacerbated the problem, leading to worries among analysts about the increasing asset risks in China's banking sector and the difficulty in assessing the full extent of the crisis amidst complex, fluctuating economic indicators. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights the buoyant momentum in global markets, with U.S. stocks edging toward new records amid a relentless rally. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq are all on track to surpass their recent highs, buoyed by strong corporate earnings and strategic investments, notably Nvidia's announcement of a $100 billion commitment to develop next-generation AI models with OpenAI. Major M&A activity also energized the markets, with Pfizer planning to acquire Metsera in a deal potentially worth nearly $5 billion, and other companies like Office Depot and Coldwell Banker engaging in significant buyouts. Meanwhile, the broader market faces some caution as concerns about inflation, interest rate hikes, and overvalued stocks persist. Despite these challenges, the optimism remains palpable, driven by expectations of continued rate cuts by the Federal Reserve and a belief that the current rally can sustain, even as global indexes exhibit mixed performances and bond yields remain stable. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.